Hi, hello students. Welcome to Indian Tech Guru for you. So let us move on to the next topic. The next topic is Booth's multiplication algorithm. So we are discussing the concepts in computer arithmetic of computer architecture and organization. So the next topic is Booth's multiplication algorithm. So this algorithm has been invented by Andrew Donald Booth. So has been invented this algorithm in 1950. So this algorithm is used for multiplication of two numbers which are represented in 2's complement representation. 2's complement numbers. So we know when we are going to use 2's complement representation, whenever we are going to represent the negative numbers, it is very useful to represent the negative numbers in 2's complement. So this Booth's multiplication algorithm is used to perform the multiplication of the numbers which are represented in 2's complement. So now let us go through the procedure. Booth algorithm requires examination of the multiplier bits. It needs examination of the multiplier bits and shifting of the partial product according to the following rules. So we need to shift the partial product according to the rules. What are those rules? Rule number 1. The multiplicand is subtracted from the partial product upon encountering the first least significant bit 1 in a string of ones in the multiplier. So whenever we encounter the first least significant bit 1 in the string of ones in the multiplier, then what we need to do? We need to subtract the partial product from the multiplicand. Rule number 2. The multiplicand is added to the partial product upon encountering the first 0, provided that there was a previous 1 in a string of zeros in the multiplier. So whenever you encounter a first 0, so there was a previous 1. So what does it mean? The combination must be 0, 1. So whenever you encounter a first 0 and previous value was 1, then what you are going to do? You are going to add the content of multiplicand with the partial product. Okay. So whereas if it is 1, if it is encountered value is 1, then what you are going to do? You are going to perform the multiplicand is subtracted from partial product. And step number 3, the partial product does not change when the multiplier bit is identical to the previous multiplier bit. So that is if the previous multiplier bit is 1 and present multiplier bit is also 1, then no change. If the previous multiplier bit is 0 and the present multiplier bit is 0, then also no change. So here in step number 1, the previous multiplier bit must be 0, because here the statement says that upon encountering the first least significant bit 1. So 1 must be the first least significant bit. So that's why the previous value will be 0. Okay. Now there are 4 different combinations. What are the 4 different combinations? So if the present value is 1 and the previous value is 0, then what you need to do? You need to perform subtraction. Okay. If the present value is 0 and the previous value is 1, 0, 1, then what we need to do? We need to perform addition. If the present value is 1 and previous value is 1, and if the present value is 0 and the previous value is 0, what you need to perform? No change. Okay. So these are the three basic rules you are going to follow in case of the Booth's multiplication algorithm. So based on these rules, you need to perform the multiplication. Then, so it will be getting the product correctly. Okay. Before going to see the detailed algorithm, so first of all, let us see what are the hardware requirements for Booth's algorithm. So as the numbers are in 2's complement representation, we need not to represent the signs separately. So because as we already know, we are going to convert the content in sign magnitude representation to 2's complement including the sign bit. So that's why we need not to specify separate sign bits as in case of the signed magnitude representation. So that's why we need 3 registers: AC register, BR register, QR register, and as usual we need a complementer and parallel adder, and we need a sequence counter. Okay. So here AC is a register which is going to store the partial product, and BR is a register which is going to store the multiplicand, and QR is the register which is going to store the multiplier. Okay. And sequence counter will be number of bits in multiplier. Sequence counter will hold the number of bits available in multiplier. Okay. So here there is a special significance for qn plus 1. So qn is the least significant bit of multiplier. So however, we need to consider qn plus 1 also. So qn plus 1 will be the previous least significant bit of the multiplier, and which will be initialized to 0 initially, Okay. So whatever the explanation we have seen previously, that is step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. So those steps will be based on the values of qn as well as qn plus 1. So if the values of qn and qn plus 1 are 1, 0, then we need to perform the subtraction. If the values of qn and qn plus 1 are 0, 1, then you need to perform the addition. And if the values are either 1, 1 or 0, 0, no change in the partial product. Then where we are going to get the final product after the operation is completed? We are going to get the final product in AC and QR registers, the combination of AC and QR registers. So we are going to get the final product in the combination of AC and QR registers. So this is the register configuration for Booth's multiplication algorithm. So which is easier compared to the signed magnitude representation, because in case of the signed magnitude representation, we need to have flip-flops for signed bits also, AS, BS and QS. Okay, so those signed bits are not needed here. Those flip-flops are not needed here to represent the signed bits, because the signed bit is included within the 2's complement representation. So now let us move on to the basic algorithm. What is the algorithm for Booth's multiplication, and how to perform the operation in Booth's multiplication algorithm. So this is the flow chart which is going to represent the Booth's multiplication algorithm. So here you can see this is multiplication algorithm, and multiplicand will be moved to BR. Multiplicand will be moved to BR. So BR contains the multiplicand value, and multiplier will be in QR register. So this is the multiplier value. First of all, let us see what are these values which are equivalent to the decimal values. So here we are considering minus 9 multiplied by minus 13. We are considering minus 9 multiplied by minus 13. Okay. So what is the 2's complement representation of minus 9? So what is the signed magnitude representation of plus 9? Plus 9. One, 2, 4, 8. So 819 1001. So plus 9. This is plus 9. This is the signed magnitude representation of plus 9. However, now we need minus 9, which is represented in 2's complement. So 1, first one has come, exchange 1101. So this is the 2's complement representation of minus 9. So this is equivalent to minus 9. So coming to minus 13. So what is the plus 13 value? Plus 13. 8, 4, 12 plus 1. That is 1101. 0. 0 represents the sign bit. Now if you represent in 2's complement, minus 13 will come. So initially 1, exchange 1001, 10011. So this will represent minus 13. So now what we are performing? We are performing minus 9 into minus 13. So what is the product of minus 9 into minus 13? That is equal to plus 117. The product must be plus 117. And we have discussed that the final product will be in AC and QR. So this is the final product. So let us see whether it is equivalent to plus 117. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Okay. So 64, 32, 16, 4, 1, 5, 6, 11, 11 to 13, 13, 4, 17, 6, 3, 9, 10, 11. So the sign bit is 0. So it is equivalent to plus 117. So the product has come correctly. Okay. So in this particular algorithm, what we are performing? We are performing multiplication of two negative numbers. So what are those two negative numbers? Minus 9 into minus 13. Because these two are negative numbers, we are going to represent in 2's complement representation. Because Booth's multiplication algorithm is used for multiplying 2's complement arithmetic. 2's complement arithmetic. Okay. So thus we are going to perform the operation using two negative numbers, and the result is plus 117, and we have checked whether the result has come correct or not. The result has come correctly. Now let us go through the procedure. Okay. So what is the initial process? Initially the AC register will be moved to all zeros. So AC is an intermediate register, so it will be moved to all zeros. You can see here, and qn plus 1 is assigned to 0. So initially qn plus 1 don't have any value, that is why we are going to move 0 value to qn plus 1. Okay, and sequence counter is assigned to n value. Sequence counter is assigned to n value. So in case of the in case of the signed magnitude representation, the sequence counter is assigned to n minus 1 because there we are not going to include the sign bit during the operation. However, here it is n because the sign bit is included within the number. Okay, so that's why here SC assigned to n. Total how many numbers are there? 5 numbers are there. So sequence counter value is 5. Okay. So this is the initialization part. Initialization. So after initialization part is completed, then what to do? So we are going to perform the operation based on the values of qn and qn plus 1. So here the least significant bit of qr, that is the multiplier. This is the multiplier. This is the multiplicand. So the least significant bit of multiplier, this is qn. So qn is 1. Qn plus 1 is 0. So whenever the value is 1, 0, then what to do? Perform the subtraction. This is the subtraction. Perform the subtraction. That is, subtract the value of multiplicand from the intermediate register value. So that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and subtract BR value. That is, while performing what you are going to do, subtraction, add the 2's complement of BR. Okay. So what is BR value? 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. What is the 2's complement of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1? 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So this value. Now just add this value. Then you are going to get this particular intermediate value. So this operation is performed. After performing this operation, what you need to do? ASHR. ASHR. What does it mean? Arithmetic shift right. Arithmetic shift right operation. So you have to perform arithmetic shift right for AC, QR as well as Qn plus 1. Okay, including Qn plus 1. Then perform arithmetic shift right. So what are the present values? Present values are this one, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, AC value, and then QR value is 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and then Qn plus 1 value is 0. Now perform arithmetic shift right. Then this 0 will come here. 0, 1, 0, 0. This 1 come here. 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. This one come here. 1. Okay. And we are going to move the same value which is in the most significant bit to the most significant bit after the shift right. Okay. The sign bit will be same for both least most significant bit value as well as the next value. Okay. So this is the value 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, and then 1. Okay. So performed arithmetic shift right, and then decrement the sequence counter. Sequence counter is decremented to 4. Okay. So this is the arithmetic shift right. Next, now check the values of qn and qn plus 1. Now qn value is 1, this one, and qn plus 1 value is also 1. Okay. If both the values are ones. If both the values are 1 or both the values of 0, then what to do? Don't perform either subtraction or addition, just perform the arithmetic shift right and then decrement the sequence counter. So once again perform the arithmetic shift right, then this 0 will come here, 0 0 1 0, this 0 will come here, 0 1 1 0 0, this 1 will come here, okay, and this 0 will be moved to here. Now decrement the sequence counter, it will be 3. So now what are the values of Qn and Qn plus 1? Qn now will have 0 and Qn plus 1 will have 1. So whenever the value is 0 1, then what you need to do? Perform the addition. So add the value of Br, this is the value of Br, to the intermediate product value. This is the intermediate product. If you add both of them, then you will get 1 1 0 0 1, 1 1 1 1 0, 1 1 1 0, 1 1. So this is the product, intermediate product we got. So after performing the addition, then what to do? Arithmetic shift right. Arithmetic shift right AC, QR and Qn plus 1. Then this 1 will come here, 1 1 0 0, this 1 will come here, 1 0 1 1 0, and this 0 will come here. And remember that because we are performing the arithmetic shift right, not logical shift right, because we are performing the arithmetic shift right, the same sign bit value will come here also, okay. So in case of arithmetic shift right, if there is a 0 in the most significant bit before the shift operation, then it will be shared to both the most significant bit value as well as the next value. If there is a 1, then it will be shared for both the most significant value and the next value, okay. We have seen in the previous classes. So perform the arithmetic shift right, performed, then decrement the sequence counter. Now it will be 2, okay. So now check the values of Qn and Qn plus 1. Qn is 0, Qn plus 1 is 0, 0, 0. If the values of 0, 0, then what you need to do? Perform arithmetic shift right of AC and QR. So this one will come here, here also, and 1 1 1 0, this 0 will come here, 0 1 0 1 1, and this 0 will come here, and decrement the sequence counter. Now what are the values of Qn and Qn plus 1? Qn is 1 and Qn plus 1 is 0, 1 0. So if the value is 1 0, then what you need to do? Perform subtraction. Performing the subtraction means adding the 2's complement value. What is the 2's complement value? 0 1 0 0 1, 0 1 0 0 1. Add the value. Then what you are going to get? 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. Discard carry. So in case of 2's complement representation, we are going to discard the carry. Already we discussed in the previous classes. So now this is the intermediate value, intermediate product value. So now perform the arithmetic shift right. This 0 will come here, this 0 will come here, 0 0 0 0 1 1, this 1 will come here, 1 0 1 0 1, and this 1 will come here, okay. And the sequence counter is decremented to 0. So once the sequence counter is 0, then it ends the algorithm. Now the final product will be available in 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1. So this will be the final product. So what is the final product we are going to get? Plus 117. So this is the value of 117, and because 0 is there, 0 represents plus sign bit. Plus 117 is the result. Okay. So like this we are going to implement the Booth's multiplication algorithm. So it is a very important algorithm for performing the multiplication. So because generally in case of the computer systems we are going to implement the numbers in 2's complement representation. So Booth's multiplication algorithm will be used rather than signed magnitude implementation of the multiplication. So that is why this algorithm is very crucial. So now because we performed the operations and found out the product successfully. So now let us go through once again what are the registers we need. So here you can see the registers we need. We need a AC register to hold the intermediate product. We need a BR register to hold the multiplicand. We need a QR register to hold the multiplier. We need a complementer and parallel adder to perform the addition and subtraction. We need a sequence counter which is going to hold the number of bits available in a multiplier. We need a flip-flop Qn plus 1, a flip-flop Qn plus 1 to determine the operation we are going to perform. And Qn represents the least significant bit of the multiplier. And coming to the sequence of steps which we have seen for the Booth's multiplication algorithm, let us examine once again. Now you can better understand because we have seen the explanation by taking an example. Now the sequence of steps, the rules that are required will be better understood. See here, Booth algorithm requires examination of the multiplier bits and shifting of the partial product according to the following rules. Rule number 1, the multiplicand is subtracted from the partial product upon encountering the first least significant bit 1 in a string of ones in the multiplier. That is whenever Qn value is 1. Okay, because this is the first one, previously Qn plus 1 must be 0. So the combination is 1 0. Whenever the combination is 1 0, then the multiplicand is subtracted from the partial product. Rule number 2, the multiplicand is added to the partial product upon encountering the first 0, provided that there was a previous one. What does it mean? Qn contains a 0 and the previously it was 1. That is, the combination is 0 1. If the combination is 0 1, then the multiplicand is added to the partial product. Rule number 3, the partial product does not change when the multiplier bit is identical to the previous multiplier bit. So if Qn is equal to 1 and Qn plus 1 is equal to 1, or Qn is equal to 0, if Qn plus 1 is 0, then no change. No change means no addition or no subtraction. However, arithmetic shift right will be as usual. Okay, so you are going to perform the arithmetic shift right and decrement the sequence counter. Okay, so this is how we are going to perform the Booth's multiplication and perform the product, find out the product of 2's complement represented numbers. So the next topic is array multiplier. Array multiplier. So in the previous cases, that is while we are going to perform the multiplication by taking signed magnitude represented numbers or by taking the 2's complement numbers using the Booth's algorithm. So the basic problem is we need to consider one bit at a time of the multiplier. So based on that particular bit value, we need to perform two operations, either addition or subtraction, and then we are going to perform the shift operations. So then we are going to get the final product. So however, because we need to scan bit by bit and we need to consider each bit of the multiplier. For example, if the multiplier is of 1 0 1 1 1, then first of all we need to consider the bit, the least significant bit 1, and then perform the operation. then go to the next bit, this one, and perform the operation, this one, and perform the operation, perform the operation, perform the operation. Now how many micro operations we need? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 micro operations we need. 5 micro operations we need to complete the process. To complete the process and finding out the product. So however, if you need to perform the multiplication fastly, then we need an array multiplier. So using the array multiplier, you can perform the multiplication very fastly. So by considering the basic multiplication feature. Okay. So for that purpose, we are going to use the basic logic building blocks. That is, here we are going to use the AND gates, to perform the operation. Okay. So as far as here what we considered a 2-bit by 2-bit array multiplier. 2-bit by 2-bit array multiplier. Okay. So that is B1 B0 is the multiplicand and A1 A0 is the multiplier. Okay. There should be only 2 bits in the multiplicand and there should be only 2 bits in the multiplier. So then only this particular circuit is going to work. The multiplicand is having 2 bits B1 B0. The multiplier is having 2 bits A1 A0. Then how we are going to perform the multiplication? First multiply A0 with B0, then we get A0 B0, then multiply A0 with B1, then we get the product here, and then perform multiplication with A1 B0 and start from here by shifting left, A1 B0 and then A1 B1. Now finally add the resultants, intermediate products. Add the intermediate products. So A0 B0 is considered as C0. A0 B1 plus A1 B0 is considered as C1. A1 B1 is considered as C2. Carry out, if any, is considered in C3. Now we are going to get the final product in C3, C2, C1, C0. However, this entire operation is carried out in a single micro operation, as a single micro operation. So that is the benefit of an array multiplier. Okay. So if you want to implement the same logic as a circuit, then we are going to use AND gates. Okay. Here you can see A0 B0. So here A0 B0 will come. Here A0 B1 plus A1 B0. So here you are going to use a half adder, because just we are going to add 2 bits. Half adder is enough. So whatever the carry out, that will be moved to the next half adder. And what is this value? A1 B1. Okay. The final product will be residing in C3, C2, C1, C0. So this is how we are going to use multiplier, array multiplier, to perform the multiplication operation using 2-bit by 2-bit. If you apply the same logic for a 4-bit by 3-bit array multiplier, that is, the multiplicand will have 4 bits B3, B2, B1, B0, and the multiplier will have 3 bits A2, A1, A0. then the circuit will be looking like this. Okay, so A naught B naught, A naught B naught, A naught B naught will be assigned to C naught, and then A naught B naught, and then A naught B1, and then A naught B2, and then A naught B3. Next, A1 B naught, A1 B naught, A1 B1, A1 B2, A1 B3. Okay, so like this we are going to perform the addition, same as the previous circuit. However, here we are going to use 4 bits for the multiplicand and 3 bits for the multiplier. So what is the product for C1? Here it will start, here it will be A naught B1, so A naught B1 plus A1 B naught, A1 B naught, A1 B naught. Okay, so here we are going to use a 4-bit adder, 4-bit adder, and perform the sum and carry out for the A2, and here also we are going to use a 4-bit adder and perform the sum and output carry, and the final result will be stored in C6, C5, C4, C3, C2, C1, C0. So how many bits are there? Total 7 bits. In 7 bits the final output will be stored. Then what will be C2 value? So this is so if you continue, then we are going to multiply with A2, A2 B naught, A2 B1, A2 B2, A2 B3. Okay, so the C2 value will be A naught B2 plus A1 B1 plus A2 B naught. That will be the C2 value. So like this we are going to perform the multiplication in a single micro operation. What is the advantage? We are going to perform the multiplication in a single micro operation using array multiplier, So however, what is the difference between the normal multiplication and this array multiplication is, in case of the array multiplication we need hardware support, that is we need to have a circuit with different AND gates as well as adder circuits, and then we are going to perform the multiplication operation. However, we can perform using a single micro operation, whereas in case of the normal signed magnitude multiplication and Booth's algorithm multiplication, we don't need this much complexity circuitry, just we need a complement and adder circuit, and however the number of micro operations will be large compared to the number of micro operations in case of the array multiplier. So in case of the array multiplier, the number of micro operations is a single micro operation. In a single micro operation, so we are going to get the result, whereas in case of the normal multiplication, we need to have several micro operations based on the size of the multiplier, number of bits available in multiplier. So we are going to have we need multiple micro operations. Okay, So now let us see what are the advantages of normal multiplication and array multiplier. In case of normal multiplication and array multiplier. Okay, so in case of normal multiplication, circuit is simple. In case of array multiplier, circuit is complex. In case of normal multiplication, operation is carried out in several micro operations. So here in case of array multiplier, operation is carried out in a single micro operation. Okay, so these are the properties of the normal multiplication. Here normal multiplication means multiplication of signed magnitude represented numbers, multiplication algorithm for signed magnitude numbers, as well as Booth's multiplication algorithm. Okay, so this is how we are going to implement the Booth's multiplication algorithm, and how the multiplication is carried out using the array multiplier. Hope you understand the logic. That's all for now.